Hi, welcome to this week's live stream. I thought that this Monday I would just experiment a little bit with the mindful breathing practice. It was an inspiration that came to me when I was meditating at the weekend. So let's see how it goes. Obviously, if you'd prefer just to do a normal mindful breathing practice or even different practice, feel free to listen to what you need tonight. At the mindfulness drop-in last week, we've come to the end of the mindfulness attitudes. I don't know if I can remember them all: patience, non-judging, non-striving, beginner's mind, acceptance, and the other ones are eluding me right now. But we looked this last week at the quality that, or the qualities that underpin all of those different mindfulness attitudes, which those attitudes are the very closely linked ones of kindness and compassion. So when we're practicing, it's an opportunity to notice when we're being quite tough on ourselves, with high expectations of how we should be doing in our meditation, and we can just soften around that and just recognize that we're all in this together. We're all struggling with our wandering minds and our changing states of being, and just allow ourselves to be gentle towards whatever's going on for us right now in this practice tonight. Okay, I hope there's no technical problems tonight. Let me just have a very quick look over and see. For some reason it's slightly out of sight. Yeah, just one moment. I'm just going to check. What's happening on YouTube? I said there's a few of you there, so do let me know. Oh, thank you, Emma, for letting me know that there's good sound. Great. So now I've got it set up so I can see any more comments that you've got. So if there are any other problems tonight, do let me know. Right, okay, so taking your meditation seat, consciously switching into practice mode, whatever your day has been like, seeing if we can arrive now, here, this moment, a fresh new moment. So yeah, so settling yourself on whatever you're seating upon, I can't get that out right, sitting on, and just in your own way, adjust your posture, check into your balance on the seat, on your chair or your cushions or your stool. Check into the shoulders, and finding your way to being here in this moment. I'd now like to invite you, as a starting point, to check within and see where your attention is drawn to in your experience right now. What's featuring most largely? What's kind of centre stage in your awareness right now? And perhaps thinking particularly of physical sensations, because there might be quite a lot going on in our mind still, and we can acknowledge that. But dropping underneath that, seeing what's happening in the body. Where do we go to first? So I'm noticing a kind of tension in the forehead. Or it might be the sense of contact with the ground, or whatever we're sitting on, or one part of the body against another. Sensation in the belly of hunger or fullness. or an indefinable something going on somewhere, the sort of quiet hum of the body in the background. So exploring that particular constellation of sensations wherever it might be in the body. Seeing if we can do this without any agenda, without trying to change anything, just bringing the power of our attention to that area. And then you might want to now move your attention to another area of sensation that's calling you. Seeing this whole field of awareness with various expressions of sensation showing up in different parts of that field of awareness. Maybe it's a sensation at the back of the body. We might find that we focus mainly on the front of the body, that forward-facing side of the body. Perhaps we sometimes forget about the back of the body. What's it like to bring our awareness to that area? So just wherever you feel like exploring, just experimenting with moving your attention around different areas as they sort of ping and call you call your attention. Breathing with the sensations. Breath as a sensation. So I'd now like to suggest, you can, if you wish, continue exploring body sensations if that's particularly engaging for you or something that you'd like to follow through on a bit more. But otherwise, now just beginning to gather our attention around the breath. Kind of greeting the breath, our old friend, always there, always available to tune into, to drop into. And tonight, I thought we could go a little bit closer to the breath, kind of on a journey through the breathing process. So having established contact with the breath, opened to the breath, I'd like to ask and invite you to take your attention to the area around the nose. Or if for some reason you're breathing through your mouth, if your nose is blocked, for some reason, maybe hay fever or a cold, taking your attention just to the sensations where the breath comes in, whether that's at the nose or at the mouth. Just exploring sensations here. It might be an area you're familiar with exploring, but maybe not. So sensing that cool air and that sensitivity, if it's there, of the nostrils, the kind of portals of the nose. And then the feeling of the air moving through the nasal passages. And then filtering down behind the back of the nose. But just for now, staying with the nose or the mouth, that entry point. Maybe other sensations around the nose, the sinuses, the cheeks, the roof of the mouth. Just being present as best we can to the sensations with the in-breath and then with the out-breath in this area. The warmer air emerging with the out-breath. Perhaps we're tending to be more focused on the in-breath, less so on the out-breath. So just noticing if that's true for you. Going a little bit deeper into the sensations if we can. Letting go into them. And then letting awareness of breath in the nostrils or around the mouth dissolve, fade into the background. And on an out breath, now shifting our focus a little bit further down into the throat, the neck. And just observing the sensations of the in-breath and the out-breath in the throat and the neck. Maybe other sensations going on as well of swallowing. And at any point, knowing that you can let go of this more detailed following of the breath in different parts of the body and just come back to being with the breath as a whole. If that feels more stabilizing, particularly if your mind has wandered. So if there's a lot of mind wandering going on, allowing our attention to move between the wandering mind, the awareness that the mind has wandered, and the kindly accepting of that, letting go and coming back to the breath. Feeling the texture of the breath moving in and out behind the throat. And perhaps a slight sense of expansion with the in-breath in this area, the sides of the neck. Any sensations in the back of the neck with the breath, perhaps a slight movement. And now, on an out breath, letting go of awareness of the breath moving in the throat, and now bringing your attention down into the upper chest, the collarbone, the sternum, the breastbone. Perhaps some sense of those top ribs at the front and at the back. Gently lifting and expanding with the in-breath. Letting go and settling back down again on the out-breath. Perhaps a slight lifting in the shoulders with the in-breath. And dropping back down with the out-breath. Feeling perhaps a slight movement in the shoulder blades too, and the top of the spine. Just tracking the sensations with the curiosity of an explorer or a scientist or a naturalist. And now on an out breath, moving your attention deeper down into the mid-chest, around the heart area, the main body of the ribs, back, sides and front. Perhaps now we're more aware of the lungs, not directly felt, but feeling their movement, their expansion and deflation. Perhaps feeling a sense of the heart expanding on the in-breath and closing down a little bit on the out-breath. What are the qualities of that sensation, if that's noticeable to you right now? Perhaps feeling the clothing against your skin moving and expanding as well with the breath. And the air on the outside. The air on the inside. And the exchange between the two, inner and outer. And now on an out breath, allowing our focus to move further down into the abdominal area and the back of the body, from the mid-back down to the lower back, and the tailbone, and the sides of the lower part of the upper body. Feeling the movement of muscles in the abdominal wall, in the ribs, in the back. Maybe quite subtle movements in the abdomen Or maybe if you're breathing quite fully and deeply, a more pronounced sensation of movement, of inflation and deflation. Filling up, emptying out. The movement of the diaphragm, pressing down on the in-breath, rising up on the out-breath. Honouring the breath with our attention, perhaps our appreciation as well. Or whatever other emotions might be alive for you right now. Allowing them all to be present in your experience, along with the breath, and whatever thoughts are coming and going. And now for the last moments of this practice, joining up the dots, expanding your awareness to the whole body breathing. Being with each in-breath and each out-breath. And each moment. Honouring the present moment as well as the breath. Our lives right here and now. And whatever is here, see if you can also breathe a little kindness towards whatever's here, especially if it's difficult. Breathing in kindness. Breathing out kindness. And sitting here breathing, I'm just going to read a poem by David White called Everything is Waiting for You. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny, hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely, even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come, The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you. And the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing, even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. So just allowing yourself the time to emerge from the practice, or you could even continue practicing if you'd like to sit on for a while longer. Opening your eyes when you're ready and just taking care of yourself as you make that transition back into your whatever it is that you want to or need to do this evening. Picking up the thread of your life. So, thank you for joining me, and yes, go well till next time. Next Monday is a bank holiday. I probably will be able to do a live stream next Monday, but I'll let you know via Facebook or email. Yes, so enjoy this lovely, beautiful, sunny weather. Those of well, I'm sure all of you are in the UK, and enjoying the good weather. And yeah, see you soon. Good night.